Hi, my name is Michaela, and I am going to be a second-year 5th grade teacher this upcoming school year, but I am currently teaching my second year of summer school. I apologize for this really weird lighting. I am at school right now in the parking lot, and I tried putting my little sun visor down to block the sun, but this is the best that I can do. So like I said, it is summer school. It's the first day of our second session of summer school. We had 2 3-week sessions this summer, so I'm about to start my second. So here we go. Like I said earlier, this is the first day of my second session of summer school. How summer school is split up is it is a 4-hour day, 8 to noon. They eat breakfast in the morning from 8 to 8:15. Then they come in with me for a getting ready for 5th and 6th grade class. So I have incoming 5th and incoming 6th graders. They're with me until 10 a.m. where they then go to a second enrichment course. So I'm teaching a crochet class. And so that's what that second 2 hours is for them. And then at 11:45, we go and eat lunch, and then they're done for the day, as well as I'm done for the day. So if you didn't watch my summer school planning video, my theme for summer school is mysteries. So we're doing these mysteries by Mrs. J's resource creations on Teachers Pay Teachers for math and literacy. They're so amazing, so awesome. So I'm really excited to do them again this second session. But today, since it's the first day, I'm just gonna spend a lot of the time getting to know the kids a little bit, introducing them to summer school, and we'll take a little math pre-assessment so I can know where they're at, and we will start the literacy mystery today. Last session, I did have an aide with me in the room, and I knew her from last year in 5th grade, but she did tell me she's not gonna be here this session, so I'm really curious as to who is gonna be working with me. They just kind of float between me and another class throughout the day, so I'm just interested in seeing who it is, because it's nice to have help, but I'm wondering if I know them or not. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go get ready for the day. I did most of my planning, most of my printing, and all my copies last week, so I actually don't have a lot to do, but that's what I'm gonna do right now. Yay! So like I said, we are gonna start our literacy mystery today, which is the case of the wacky wand. And so I'm gonna have my kids, someone's gonna be Larry the Wizard, and they're gonna act out Larry the Wizard starting our mystery, which is a pretty good time. I had a Google Slides presentation for my crochet class that I used last session, but it's not here. So I don't know where that is. I really hope it did not get deleted. I found it. It's just in the random document section. I don't know why. I should move it. Yay, welcome to crochet. This was a class that I was actually pretty nervous about teaching to elementary school kids because I had no idea if it was going to be too hard for them or if they were going to understand it and get good at it. And I didn't know if they were going to have the attention span to be doing it for 2 hours a day. I had no idea how I was going to fill up 2 hours a day with crocheting, which it actually was hard to fill up 2 hours a day with crocheting, but they actually did really well with it. I need to add more structure to the class. I think we're gonna learn more stitches once they get good at a few of the basic ones. And last session, we just kind of went at their own pace and I let them pick out patterns and then they just learned a new stitch when they came across it and needed it. But I think this time I want to actually teach them all the stitches so that they all just know them, and then maybe we'll practice patterns for just a couple days instead of a week and a half. So, but here are my intro slides. I think they're really cute, and the kids actually got really excited going through this slide. Like, look at those cuties. I showed them all the cool things they could make with crochet, so they got really excited about it. And of course, they wanted to make those things right away. And I kept telling them, if you want to be able to make these things, then you got to work at it and you really got to practice, because these things are, one, going to take a long time, and two, they're going to need you to have the skills to be able to make them. And so I kept telling them that all the time, and they'd go, can we make scarves? Can I make a sweater? And I go, if you want to do that, then practice the stitch that I just showed you. And then they would just complain about having to work on the stitches that they were making, or they would say that a chain stitch is too hard, which is a really basic stitch. And so there was a really, like a little bit of a conflict there in their minds with wanting to make these things, but being unwilling to practice a very basic stitch. So we're working on growth mindset, but they were very excited about all these things that they can make. And then, let's see, go through all these, and then I show them, you know, what do you need to crochet? And then we go through all those different things. We talk about hook sizes, yarn weight, and go through all those like hooks. We talk about hooks, how to find what size hook you need, what size yarn you need, tapestry needles, and then we go over what a pattern looks like and the different pieces of a pattern. They don't need to know how to actually read it yet, just going through the basics, and then they learn a chain stitch on the first day. It was really fun the first couple of days because we were learning the basics. I would give them a skein of yarn, and they would have to find, you know, what the yarn weight is and what hook size they would need. And it was just really fun getting them excited about it. I had to go get some yarn for my crochet class because I did have a lot of it still left over, but a lot of it was too difficult for the kids to work with, and so I found them just using the same kinds of yarn over and over, and I didn't have a lot of it, so I got some more in some different colors for them to use. And now they'll get to look at an actual skein and see what it looks like, look at how to read the label and stuff, so I'm gonna go put that stuff away. One of my big things that I do all the time is I play music in the background, just instrumental. My kids know that we never really listen to music with words unless it's like a dance party or something. So I have a music tab on my Clever Touch, and I just have a bunch of YouTube videos in there. So I'm gonna pick one for today. I have a bunch of stuff in here. I have Minecraft soundtracks, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, Legend of Zelda. I guess I just have a bunch of video game music. I also have Taylor Swift piano instrumental because Taylor Swift is my #1 celebrity crush, celebrity person in the world. I just love her so much. I also have some coffee shop music and Lord of the Rings. During our fantasy unit last year, we talked about Lord of the Rings, and then I was just super in a Lord of the Rings mood for a couple months. So I have that in there. And then I just have some lo-fi music. That's pretty much all I got in here. So I think today, now that I was just talking about Lord of the Rings, maybe I'll play that. They're gonna think I'm so weird. It makes me so happy. One, I need to buy a new lunchbox because I had one that was big enough for all of my stuff, but then it broke after just a couple months. So don't buy that lunchbox on Amazon. I don't have a link to it, but just don't buy it. But I always come to school packed with the essentials, which is about 3 to 4 cans of Diet Dr. Pepper, because that's my second love after Taylor Swift. Oh my God, it's so good. Speaking of how well my last crochet class did, look at this tiny little thing that one of them made for me. It is a little coaster. She didn't have enough time to finish, so she just finished it off before it was done, but she left it for me for my Diet Dr. Pepper. So I'm gonna use that right now. It's a perfect size. Look at that, oh my gosh. She did so good. So I'm really excited to meet all the kids today. It's a whole new group of kids. I really, really loved my last group. But I am also excited to meet this one. I am really a little bit not looking forward to it, but I'm just apprehensive of what the vibe's gonna be because the vibe was so good with the last one. They definitely talked a lot, like way too much, as in they talked over me and distracted people. So I'm looking forward to see what this group is gonna be like. Oh my gosh, my hair is so frizzy. So I'm looking forward to that and really looking forward to doing some new mysteries and just hanging out with the kids again. I love teaching so much. I love hanging out with kids. They get here in about half an hour, so I'm just gonna do some random work, maybe talk to some people because, like I said, I planned everything last week, and so I don't have a lot to do. So I'm just gonna go do some stuff. before summer school. I will talk to you later. One thing I just remembered is that my roster says I'm gonna have 16 kids, which is more than the last class. Last class I had 12, and I have 12 desks in here. And so I need to put out some more chairs. And then if I do actually get 16 kids, I need to ask someone to bring more desks. Because if you, again, did not watch my last video, this is not my room. I'm a 5th grade teacher, and again, I'm teaching a 5th and 6th grade summer school class, and this is a 1st grade classroom. So the desks are tiny, the chairs are tiny. So I just remembered that I need to do something about that. I need to put some chairs next to these desks so that there's enough spots for 16 if they do show up. So I'm gonna do that now. These chairs are tiny. So yeah, I just realized that these desks are a little too small to double up, and the chairs are way too tiny. So hoping that maybe some of the kids don't show up today so I can get this figured out after school. If not, we're gonna figure it out somehow. So I'm figuring that if I do have a full 16 today, I'm not gonna double up. I'm just gonna put them back at this table, or maybe even have them work over on that counter. And I just sent an email about if I do have a full 16, maybe I can get more desks and chairs, because it is nice because they'll have storage in those desks to leave some stuff here if they want to. But hopefully that gets figured out. Either way, today's gonna be great. Doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm done with my day, and oh my gosh, I love them so much. Oh my gosh, it was such a good day. These kids are way different from my first session summer school class. Like a lot. My first session was really loud and really talkative, and they were super fun. Like, I loved them, but they were definitely really out there, and I had to rein them in a lot, or try to. And this class is like perfect little quiet angels. Like, I had to at one point be like, guys, you can talk. Like, it's okay. And one of them was like, in my old class, we were just quiet all the time. Like, we just had to sit and be quiet. And I was like, I mean, that's good. Like, it's good to work quietly, but oh my gosh, this is so different. And they line up in a perfectly straight line. They do exactly what I asked them to do. Oh my gosh, they're so different. I love them so much. It's really hot in here. I turned off my air conditioning so that it wouldn't be really loud while I was talking to you. And I'm really hot. So I think I'm going to take a second just to turn that on for a bit, and then I will come back and say more of my thoughts. Okay, I had a little bit of a breeze there, so I feel a little bit better. But yes, the 2-session classes are so different, not only in their personality, but the first session class, they also had a lot more like really advanced kids. And so I had to prepare a lot of early finisher tasks for that first group, and the early finisher tasks that I had were pretty challenging. Like, I had a kid who would get through everything in like 10 minutes, and then he would go start on my early finisher activities, which were challenging. Like, they took me some time to complete, and he would get through like 4 or 5 of them per day because he was just, and there was a lot of kids that were pretty advanced like that in that class. This class, they took a lot longer to do the math pre-assessment, and this pre-assessment only had multiplication and division on it, while the last one had, you know, stuff with fractions, rounding, place value, all this different stuff. And this class took a lot longer to take this pre-assessment. And the early finisher tasks that I had available for them that were good for the last session, almost none of this class was able to do them at all. So I really recommended them to read a book. And then in my head, I was like, I need to get some new early finisher tasks. So that's what I did after school. I got a ton more early finisher tasks. Honestly, maybe too many, because here are all of them in a row. Endless. Probably too many choices. But yeah, they are so sweet. We did our pre-assessment for math, and then we started the literacy mystery, and yeah, they are just so adorable and quietly work. And we went outside for the last 15 minutes of the getting ready for class. And my last session, they would like run around like crazy playing tag. And this class was just like walking around, just being super sweet and talking to each other. So again, I loved both of the sessions. They were amazing, but this is so different than the last session. And then my crochet class is so sweet, and I had this big talk with them about perseverance and how we need to have a growth mindset because crochet is going to be hard, and they took it so well. I need to turn on my air conditioning again for just a second. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Feels good. But yeah, so my crochet class, we learned a slip knot and we learned the chain stitch, and I think we're definitely gonna have to be working on it tomorrow. And they did so good. They had such good attitudes, and it was a little challenging for a few of them, but there were a couple kids who just kept working at it, even when the rest of us took a break and had a dance party. So proud of them, proud of all of them for working so hard. So yeah, after school, I got those extra early finisher tasks ready. I looked over their pre-assessments, and that's kind of also how I knew that this class wasn't as advanced, which is good. That means that I'll be able to help them with a lot more, and the content that we're doing is great for where they're at. So I am actually happy with that. There is someone in front of me, and she can probably see me. That's fine. I also put together the folders for the kids who weren't here today so that they'll be all ready to catch up tomorrow if they show up. They also brought me 4 more desks, so we're all good there. It's a little more crowded, but I have enough desks for all of my students now. And yeah, I'm just really excited for tomorrow, excited to get to know this class a little bit more. And yeah, my day was awesome. So thanks for coming along with me today on my first day of my second session of summer school. I am so excited to continue on. I might do a few more of these. So if you're interested in seeing more of my summer school days or my classroom setup as I go into the actual school year and days in my life as a 5th grade teacher, feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you follow along with me. And yeah, I hope you have a good day, a good week, good life. I'll see you next time.